So we're going to be writing the equation on a line given 2 points, and I'm working under a couple of assumptions. My first assumption is that you know that the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is the y-intercept. And I'm also under the assumption that you know that the y-intercept is where the graph will cross, or the line will cross the x-axis. That's not true. The y-axis, sorry. So in any event, let's say I had 2 points. I had point A, which is 3, 1, and I had point B, which is 5, 4. The first thing we need to do is we need to calculate the slope. So you'll recall that the slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to let this be my second point, and I'm going to let this be my first point. So I'm going to say 4 minus 1 over 5 minus 3 equals 3 over 2. So my slope is 3 halves. And so now if my slope is 3 halves, that's great news because I now have one of my variables no longer a variable. And the funny thing is, if I start again with y equals mx plus b, I can choose either one of these and just plug them on in. So I'm going to pick A. Now I know that that's an x value and that's my y value, so I'm going to say 1 equals 3 halves times 3 plus b. I get 1 equals 9 halves plus b. Well, 9 halves is really 4.5. I don't like taking things out of fraction form, but I have. And so now I say, all right, now my b equals negative 3.5. And I also knew that my m was 3 halves. Well, now I go back and I say y equals 3 halves x plus b, but my b was negative 3 halves. Let's see, which is negative 7 halves. And that's it. So, like I said, all you have to do is you find your m using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Plug in an xy value and m into y equals mx plus b. Solve for b. And rewrite using y equals mx plus b, substituting in your m and your b. There is another formula, and it looks like this. I'm not going to get into it, but if you're in a textbook and you see this formula, that's what it is. It's basically the same thing. That would be my 1 here. That would be my 3 halves. And that would be 3. Alright, so that's all.